come true, and I wonder if you
look in my eyes, tell me your tale. Do you see the road? I'm out to my soul. Or tell me the size whenever the smoke clear out of my.
Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Jaden Griffin, and this is the first inaugural episode of Pushing the Needle podcast. The Pushing the Needle podcast. There we go. That sounds a lot better. My first guest over here is Rashid Wasai. He is a prolific videographer over here in the UNT community, and he's been honestly killing it recently. He's been on a nice streak where I heard you have a bucket list. And you've been scratching off some ticks on there, right?
Yeah, man. Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me on here. It's an honor to be, especially on one of the first episodes of the podcast. And I do have a bucket list. This year's been amazing for me, and I remember making my goal list in the beginning of the year, just talking about like the things that I wanted to shoot, and honestly, not having like all the confidence in the world and thinking that I was going to go shoot those things. And then like, as the year went on, like just trying to like cold calls, sending emails to people, trying to get in contact with the right people to be able to scratch those things off my bucket list. Like, it's been a blessing, man. And like, obviously, there are some more things that I want to get into and more things I want to shoot, but for the growth that I've had this year in terms of what I've been able to film and what I've been able to accomplish, man, like it's been a blessing. I'm not gonna lie. So
yeah, man. So when we first started really getting cool, I knew you as Cam's boy. I didn't know you did videography until you rushed, you know. And I was talking to you, and you had all these goals, and you've been knocking them out. The level of enthusiasm we can see, like in your videos, in the clips of you just having fun out there, like it's really cool to see, and that's kind of why I have you as my first person on here, because I wanted to make this podcast for the people who have dreams like yours. And, everyone has a dream, whether it's something creative, being a videographer, photographer, something practical. Maybe they just want a lot of money to be able to, retire everyone they love. I made it for the people who have these kind of dreams and are either too scared to go through with that first step. Once they start the first step, then it's actually working through the progress. That's where a lot of people give up once they see it's hard. I know I used to be a victim of it myself, and being able to actually record this thing fills me with so much happiness, and I'm so grateful to God, because I feel like he really put me through a journey where I could start doing something like this. And so and also people who are through the progress right now and just need to hear some words of encouragement from other people who are doing the same thing as them. So that's the main reason I wanted to. My first question, I guess, is could you tell us a little bit more about this bucket list? I want to be able to hear more of your achievements. We haven't caught up in a while, and I've just been seeing you here and there.
Yeah. So, well, in terms of like everything that I wanted to accomplish this year, one of my things that I wanted to like emphasize was that like everything, I feel like everything is reachable, no matter how big you may think it is, or how like unachievable that something may like seem. I feel like it's always going to be reachable. So like when I was making this like bucket list, when I was making this list of like things that I wanted to accomplish, I was kind of going with the mindset of like, there's nothing that I can't do. And like I watched Kanye West's documentary, Genius. It was like I think it came out like a year or two ago now.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, so I watched that documentary, and like one thing that I got from it, like that really stuck with me, was like sometimes you have to be insane in order to achieve your goals. And like he was like insanely like, and I put this in a good way, but he was insanely delusional at some points. But he had overwhelming confidence that was like infectious. Of like everybody around him just saw him as like this guy that was so confident and like so like it seemed insane sometimes. So when I watched that documentary and I got that from him, it just made me think that like there's really nothing that I can't do. And that's why I really wanted to emphasize like when I made my list, and like putting like things like shooting in like an NFL game, shooting an NBA game, shooting like this, that, and the other, like, and then like other goals such as like enjoying the process and stuff like that. Like I wanted to put some goals where like it was grounded. I wanted to put some goals where it seemed so high, but I feel like I could reach it. So like as we're going into 2024 and everything, I'm thinking about things I want to accomplish, thinking about things that I want to like build off of, and just just like overall growth next year. So I'm just really trying to like instill in my mind that there's nothing that I can't accomplish. Like there's nothing that like I can be like, I can look at it and be like, oh, I can't do that. Like I don't want to ever think like that ever again in my life. And that was like something that I really had to like think about when I started doing videography. You kind of hit on it too. Like being like having a dream and going for it is a big risk, no matter what it is. And when you have a dream and you go for it and you have all those hard times and everything, it may be hard to keep on pushing forward, but to have that like insane confidence in yourself is what will get you through all of that.
And I mean I watched that Genius documentary too, and I got the same kind of takeaway from it. I mean, you see Kanye as this producer and he's making everyone's beats, but they're not taking him seriously as a rapper. And it's just like that's what he wants to do. Like that's what he was raised to do. Was he had his own personal drive for music, and then with his mom really instilling in him the type of vocabulary and how he can weave so many things into a story, into a song. Like I mean, he had no other trajectory, and no one believed in him at first. And that's what it does take, is that insane drive of seeing your goal. And I think this is a huge thing. Goals like that, where you have to take that leap of faith, that's what it is faith.
Yep.
And to be able to do something like that, I do believe you have to have a strong presence and strong love for something bigger than you.
Yep.
Like I wanted to make this podcast not for me to just have a podcast with my boys and just to live like the Nelk life or anything, like like I made this because I want to help other people be able to go after their dreams and be able to have something they can believe in, as far as I want to go for it this time. And you walk in that faith and you take that leap of faith. And I mean, once you're betting on yourself and once you see what you can do, it's wraps from there. I think that if you have that vision, that end goal, like where, like, if I feel like I can ask someone like you, where are you going to be in 20 years? And you'll know exactly where you want to be. Like, you'll know your trajectory, man. In 20 years, I want to be a podcast host that's akin to Jay Shetty, has a fucking fire podcast, motivating people, inspiring people, like, educating them. Like, that's a dream for me, just being able to have conversations like this. What would, not to put any like pressure or spotlight on you, but do you see where, you want to be in 20 years as far as with your dreams?
Honestly, I think about it sometimes. I think that like in 20 years, I think about like I kind of just see a vision of like me being a dad, me being a father, and just me like obviously in terms of like occupation and everything, I want to continue to still be involved in videography, still be involved in directing, just overall organization of like projects and just whatever it is, documentaries, movies, whatever. Like I still want to be involved in videography, but I see myself in 20 years being more involved as a father, being more involved in like my family's life. Like I would want my kids, like whatever they're doing and whatever they're like no matter what age they're doing, like if they're playing sports or they're doing like band or instrument or something, like I want to be involved in their life. And like I want to just like I want to be more focused on being a good family dad and just being there for my family and for my loved ones. Like I just want to like obviously I see another vision of just like, you know, having a big house, having this like having an amazing wife, having a like amazing just support system, and just, you know, like all the stuff that comes with just being
It's like being involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, I just want to be involved in like my family's life, like my kid or kid's life, or just like, you know, just like, you know, like whatever, just enjoying life. Like, I feel like at that point, it's like it's a big emphasis for me to be at peace with what I've done in the past 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that's huge. Like, being able to, that's the lesson I've been learning this year, is how to be that leader in your family. You know, I want to be the guy in my family who has been able to do so much good that now we can just be happy. Like, you know, it's like, I want to be able to have my money, not just to have money, but so I can have the time that it gives you. I like, if I can make this into my thing, it will become my thing. I'm going to be doing this, like, you know, that I started. But if I can get it to where, you know, I can be more financially independent, to where I can move back to Austin and, you know, really be with my mom and my dad and my sister, and then 20 years from now be able to have a nice balance between this and my family with my wife, my kids, and being able to connect everyone in that sense, and have just I think that's huge. I mean, just being able to have something not for you, but for your future, you know, like you're putting in all the work now for that future, I think is one of those aspects that keep you locked in, and lined in.
It definitely keeps you it definitely keeps you grounded. It definitely keeps you it keeps you like constantly motivated in a way. Like, it keeps you your head level, and it just makes you actively search for something bigger than yourself. So like, definitely whenever someone has like a goal or something that's a passion, that's like, or even it could just be like a regular hobby. Like, if there's something that they believe that they can be great in, I feel like it just keeps them like straight. It keeps them just, you know, just continually, you know, just keep on going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If that's a huge thing, is that confidence in being able to be like, I have found something that I feel like I can really do, so why wouldn't I do it? That's what it's like for me, like with my job now. And, you know, it's, I hate I'm saying this on my first episode, but I gotta be real. It's a great job. It's taught me so many skills. I've met new people within my 8 months working for my current job. I have grown into the person I needed to be able to start something like this. I gained confidence in myself. I've learned how to work hard. I've learned how to stay consistent and be disciplined. And but it came a point too where it's like, I see myself being great in this, and while I love doing this, I have to move in line more with what I feel like I can be great at. And now I can see my clear path. I think that having that confidence and being able to do discipline to motivate yourself is a huge aspect in chasing your dreams. And that's not who the person I was before 8 months ago. So, man, my next question, honestly, is, who were you before you found that point?
Man, I was like, we can even go back to
Man, we can go way back. We can go way back. This is your story, man. I'm very interested in, you know, who Rashid was before he found himself in this mindset, really.
Man, I remember back when my senior year of high school, just had no confidence in myself, had no confidence in what I could do. Like, I will always doubt myself. I always think that, oh, I can't do this. Like, I'll always be the first to say, like if somebody brought up an idea, I'll be like, oh, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember like people around me, like I was doing photography here and there, like photography, videography here and there. And, you know, they would like support me and everything, but it was never like a thing where I'll be like, oh, I could do this for the rest of my life, or I could do this, you know, I could do this like forever. But I would never have confidence in my work. I would never have confidence to speak to people. I would never have confidence to just like to even send those like those DMs, those messages to the people that I looked up to in the industry that like seemed so far away from me. I would never just go up and talk to people about how they got to where they got in life, because I always feel like what am I gonna say, or like, well, how do I say it, or like, you know, you want it to come off right. You know, it's so much that I've learned like within these past like 3 to 4 to 5 years, and it's just like learning how to be confident, like walking with confidence, and just having that mindset of like, there's not like, don't hesitate to do things. Don't like be like, don't like, if there's someone that you want to go talk to, like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
They can just say no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or they could just brush you off to the side. But like, having that confidence to take rejection and keep moving is what I really like. That's one of the main things that I've learned in the past 3 to 5 years. Like, rejection, whatever it could be, like, it could be anything, but like having the confidence to face rejection and whether like be okay with the outcome.
Yeah, rejection is hard, man. It is hard, and I think that fear of rejection is what ultimately stops people from taking that step. Like you said, like, you know, it's something that I didn't realize I had a fear in until I started my job, just because that's all it is. It's sales. Like, if they don't want my product, I have to go find the next person that does. And so I think that's huge, man. And you know, what at what point was it the Genius documentary, or was there a point even before that where you were like, you know, I can do this? Do you remember that moment where you were like, this is like I want to stay on this path?
I will say the Genius documentary was like a main point. I watched that documentary like 4 times. I'm not gonna lie.
Good, dude. Like, it was good.
Like, I don't like, it's just,
it's hard to hate Kanye after,
yeah, you know
after like I know he's on his shit, but whenever you look at him, it's also like, look at where he came from, look at what he's gone through.
You like,
and then you know, you also got to understand the man, like, he's bipolar, he doesn't take his meds regularly, like, you put a guy like that in front of a platform like he has, and you're kind of setting him up for failure. But like the way, like, Kanye, like, the thing about Kanye is that, like, I had this image about Kanye because of the media, and like, of course I appreciated him for his music and everything that he's done. Like, when I was like, what, like he dropped Graduation when I was like 5 years old, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
but like that era, I would appreciate his music and just be like, whoa, this is amazing. But like obviously with everything that's happened in recent times, you know, like, he's put on a pedestal, so everything he does is watched and everything like that. But watching that documentary really just opened my eyes, and like to go back to your original question, like, I would really say that that's like the moment that really like opened my eyes. Like, because like I watched that documentary, I think, I'm trying to remember when it was, but I think it was like 2021 when it came out, right?
Yeah, I think so. I was still living at SIG at the time, so yeah.
Yeah, so like when that documentary came out, this was around the time when I was changing my major. I was changing my major to media arts to, you know, pursue videography full time. And January 2022 was like the first month where it was just like, okay, I'm doing this for the rest of my life. I don't care what happens. I could fail. I'm still gonna get back up. I'm still gonna keep on pushing. I watched the documentary in December of 2021, right before that month, 2022, January. And I feel like that was like really the pivotal moment where it was just like, okay, I have to develop this mindset that Kanye had. I have to develop, like, I have to be delusional in my success. I have to be delusional with what I believe I can do. And I just like, that's when I really like devoted myself and like put in, like, I had to instill that mindset into me. I don't know what hit me. I don't know, like, I just felt like with how his mom believed in him and how he believed in himself, it really just spoke to me like so much. And that's what led to me watching that documentary so many times. I might go back and watch it sometime this year again. But like,
it's good when you have like that go-to thing. You can go back and like kind of get that same feeling of inspiration.
Yeah, like, it's just like, it gave me so much drive, and like, it gave me so much drive at a time where it just felt like I was a kinesiology major at that time. I was just like thinking, like, I was talking to my mom so much about like what I want to do in life, and just not feeling the passion to do kinesiology or to be, because I wanted to become a coach. I was talking to her like almost like every other day, just about like what is for me. Like, do I want to be a coach? Do I want to be an athletic trainer? Do I want to be a personal trainer? Do I want to do this, do that? And I just felt like none of those stuck with me. How videography stuck with me. But like with videography, it's such a risk. Like you have to either be good at what you do, or like it's not even like no, it's not even that. You have to be a combination of so many things. You have to be good at what you do. You have to be a good person. You have to be good at talking to people. You have to be a good networker. You have to like all those is like go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like, you can't lack in any of them.
And it's draining when you always have to have it on too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it can, just being in a position wherever I'm at, it's just like constant. Like I'll get home from work and I'm just like, like, you know, like I just want to lay down and go to sleep.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
No, you're good. It's kind of like it's even kind of like it's like sales, you know what I'm saying? Like, because when you talk, like when I talk to people and try to like get an opportunity to do something for them or anything like that, they may just brush it off to the side and not respond, and then you have to go about your life. They have to go about their life. They're not gonna be affected about denying you. You just have to push and keep going and actively seek that next opportunity. So I kind of get like where you're coming from, because it's like having to do sales. I'm pretty sure it's kind of like mentally draining, because you know sometimes you get those big wins and sometimes you may go on a losing streak.
Yeah, hills and valleys.
You know what I'm saying?
Hills and valleys. Yeah, you know, I do think that it has that same level whenever you're just chasing, especially anything that's on that creative level too, because it's more than just, like you said, it's more than just, the kind of work you put out. You know, it's you having to build a brand around yourself, essentially. If you're going, I mean, even if you're just starting like an auto tire shop, or you're becoming a videographer, like if you're starting anything on your own, you're competing against people who have already had time to build their brand, but more importantly, you're competing against yourself. Like you have to take that mental strain, you have to take that mental drain, you gotta push, like you said, because there's gonna be moments where you're just like, can I do this? Yep. Like, is this really what I want to do, or is it a delusion? You know, but like you said, you got to be delusionally insane. Yep. Like you have to. Like
it's like you have to have that in you. Like I feel like having that overwhelming confidence is the only way. I'm not gonna say it's the only way, but it's a very big way in people's success. Like, what is the percent? I think I forgot the percentage or the exact percentage, but what, like 1% of basketball players make the NBA?
Yeah,
like it's like 1%.
Something insanely low. NFL is like even lower.
Yeah, like when you think about it, like there's only a small percentage that break that threshold to get to a very good spot. And you know it's crazy. There's only a smaller percentage that make it to the Hall of Fame. There's only a smaller percentage that get like that are the MVP of the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like to think that to think that people can just make it off of not being delusional with what they can achieve is just like, it's crazy, because like you have to be delusional.
Yeah.
So
I think you see it a lot in sports, especially whenever you look at people like Kobe Bryant and you look at people like Miles Bridges. Like, you know, Miles Bridges, I'm sure, had to have that drive to get him, you know, out of wherever he was from to the league. But then he gets to the league and you see the NBA wasn't really his passion. Like, his passion's music. He wants to be a rapper. He wants to go and do rapper shit. And like,
I ain't gonna lie, his music crazy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
It's tough.
like it's tough. Like, but you could tell, like, you know, that was more of a stepping stone. You know, for me, this podcast, when I first decided to go all in on it, it is because I was frustrated that I didn't have time to make music. I was like, I don't know nothing about music. I'd have to learn it from scratch, learn an instrument from scratch. And so I need something that I can do that I would love doing as well to supplement my time and money so I can spend more time learning music. But then over time, as I thought about it more, I realized my goal didn't align with music. What I really wanted to do is help people and push that message of, hey, you can be better than what you are. Not what you are, but you can be better than you think you are. Yeah. Like, don't let your mental barriers stop your forward progress. And once I realized, okay, my podcast aligns more with my goals than music, now it's like I can see that clear vision of where it's going to take me and where it's going to go.
Yeah. Like just kind of like how like just taking like you said, taking that leap of faith and just like wiggling around to see what is actually for you. And then once you find that, it's like, okay, I see it. Just take it step by step, one step at a time, brick by brick, just building it up. So it's just I feel like once you find that, like how you said, finding the podcast and like finding what you want to like grow in. I feel like once that is found or whatever it is, like with anybody, once you find that, like literally just take it one step at a time. And like you said, like it just makes like it just keeps you straight. Like it keeps your head like completely just focused on that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that also scare people the most. And as I said in my intro, it's people who are scared to start the journey, people who are in the journey and just need that push. But the second one was people who start the process and stop because they see the work. And I think that's the biggest detriment to dreams, is that we live in a society now where everything is so easy. Like if you need any piece of information, we don't got to go to the library and read a book. Now we can just turn on our phones and find it in 10 seconds. Like, and so whenever you have this dream, not everything's set up. You got to learn the skills. You got to pick things up. You got to go network. You got to meet the people. You got to put your face out there. I mean, that's just block on block on block on block. And then people see this huge tower and they're like, how the hell am I going to climb that? You know, but like you said, brick by brick, that's the biggest thing, is it's all about that consistency. Because if you're consistent, that's going to build discipline. And discipline is what's going to take you when motivation can't. You know, it's those, you might be motivated one day out of the week to do something, but you know, discipline will help you the other 6 days to get it all knocked out.
I like that a lot. Dang, I like that a lot.
I didn't realize how big it was. I used to have a very negative relationship with discipline. The word discipline just sounded so nasty in my head. And I realized it's because I didn't have any. Like, you know, it was something that I was always deterring myself away. That's why I can say this job that I'm working at is like probably the biggest blessing in my life up to this point, because it really showed me like what I can do if I'm disciplined, if I'm consistent, if I put my head on one singular goal and attack it. And I learned discipline because one day I was driving to work. I was stuck in traffic for about 45 minutes where it should have taken me 5 minutes to get onto the highway. It took me 45 minutes to. So I have about 20 minutes to get to work, and my job is 45 minutes away. So I'm speeding my ass off down the express lane, pushing easily 130. Sorry, Mom, that you got to hear this, but I was easily pushing 130 on the highway. Like, there could have been a cop on the express lane. I didn't give a fuck. At least that would have gave me a reason. Like, hey guys, I got pulled over, right? But so I make it to the office with about 10 minutes. Like I shit you not. It was probably about 30 minutes with a 45-minute time, but I make it with a little bit over 10 minutes to spare. So now I'm chilling in my car. I'm in my t-shirt and shorts because I was like, I don't have time to change. I got to go change in the bathroom in the office. And I reach back to find my pants because I seen them there the night before. I was like, okay, good. I got pants in there already. I don't got to worry about pants. They're not my pants. They're Kieran's pants. Yeah. They're her pants that her mom gave her when we stopped by. And I pick them up and see that. And I'm like, no fucking way. Like, no. Like, and I stayed in my car for a while just chilling, you know, because I'm like, all I got to do is go inside and change. So now I have like 5 minutes. My times are all messed up, but like it was all within a really short time frame. But so I probably have about 7 minutes before work starts. There's a Target like 3 minutes away, it says. So I'm like, okay, if I get there, run in, run out, I can do it. So I drive to the Target, speeding light. Fucking okay, I got 5 minutes off. I got about 6. See, my time is all messed up. I got about 6 minutes left. But I run in the Target, and as I'm running to check out, I'm debating just running out the door at this point. 'Cause I'm like, like, I do not have time for this. But I go in, I pay for the pants, get out, drive, light. I'm late to work by like 10 minutes. And I walk in, and my boss, we're having morning meeting, and I was actually late the day before too, late by like 2-3 minutes. So he tells me about my morning routine. Boom. That next day I had implemented the morning routine. I was supposed to get to work. I left like I was going to be there like 45 minutes early. Like, that's how bad the traffic was right in front of the entrance. Like, I should have been there 45 minutes early, but I was 12 minutes late, and he laid it on me. He was just like, look, if you're late again, I'm going to fire you, like this and this and that. It's always something. You always forget your laptop. You always do this. I'm like, and this is just pissing me off. But then it's also like, fuck, like, if I would have woken up and went to the gym in the mornings like I said I was going to for the past 2.5 weeks, I would have never been late, because the gym's right there, 5 minutes away. I gotta wake up early to get over here, drive to the gym, and then that's 5 minutes of driving.
Yeah,
like, that's when I learned how much discipline is important. Because I'm like, because I would make up, stories where it's just like, not stories, but like, I'd always have some excuse, some sorry, like you
have a point. My fault.
No, you're good. You're good.
You have a point. Like, that's really, like, I feel like we as people, if we just like spent the energy that we did making excuses into actually getting up and doing what we said we were going to do, I feel like it would make not only us but the whole world a better place. Like, like, just taking the initiative to like do what you said you were going to do, instead of working a way around to get avoiding that, or like just completely just ignoring it. Like, it teaches us discipline. It teaches us, like, for us to stand on what we said we were going to do. Basically stand on business. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just teaches us, like, okay, like, I'm putting my mind towards something. I'm going to do it. I'm going through every barrier to do it. I'm not running around barriers, or like, I'm not avoiding any barriers. I'm going to run straight through it. I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. Like, you say you're going to do something and you do it. I feel like that's the biggest trainer of discipline. And like, I feel like with that story that you said, like even, and sometimes we even need that, like, that chewing out session, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes obviously we won't appreciate it in that time, but like, for them to, like, be able to chew you out, be able to talk to you, like, whatever, and then you take that and then move better, like, become better from that. I feel like that's also another, like, way of us to, really inherit being disciplined.
Yeah. So. And just last little thing before I go to this other question I have for you. I gotta say it in my first episode, because it changed. These people changed my life. The guy who chewed me out, his name was Jose Escamilla Jr. That motherfucker. I mean, he is a real motherfucker. He saw what I could be and the potential, and he could have fired me months ago, dude. Months ago. I didn't start hitting my stride until about 3 months ago. But yeah, he's instilled discipline, and he's been the first guy who was able to make me look at myself at a higher potential, and see my higher potential. And then the reason I want to shout out this guy as well is because you had said it best. It's about doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it, and really going through that wall. And I got to give it to Ryan Stewman. He's also my boss. And since I've walked into his building, he has 4 core values that, as soon as I learned them, I've lived by them every single day. It's called RISE, and it's responsibility, integrity, service, and excellence. Responsibility, we make no excuses. Integrity, we do what we say we're going to do when we say we're going to do it. Service, going above and beyond. And excellent is we do the work. And while those core values are meant to be something that's driven to our clients, this is what we do, and this is what we live by, and this is what, if you want to be in this, you have to live by too. Mm-hmm. But it's also just when you take it internally, it's like, I can't make an excuse.
Yeah.
I can't. I have to do what I say what I'm going to do when I say I'm going to do it. I have to go above and beyond for myself, be integral for myself. Like, we do the work. Like, I don't know. That was my shift. I think that was like those core values. As I started to try to live by them every single day, that's what brought me more and more aligned with my goal. And so I just wanted to shout him out just because you had said it.
Yes, sir.
I don't think this podcast would be possible. Truly, like, doing this right now if it wasn't for those two guys. And I owe them a lot for it.
Facts.
Not owe them, but those are my guys. Like, I'll rock with them. I'll rock with them forever. What I wanted to ask you was, I want to dive a little bit more into your career. How, just so we can get you talking about your recent experiences, man. Out of everything on your bucket list so far, which one was? I'm gonna start out. Which one was your? Let's start out with your worst one. I want to leave the best one, not worst one. Like, oh, I hated it, but like, which one? I guess more nervous for. Like, which one were you like, oh my god, like this is happening, and I just got to be like ready for it. Like, what got you the most? Like,
like,
not necessarily. It doesn't necessarily have to be like the best experience, but like, which one did you see it and you were like, holy shit, this is real?
Like, just like mind blowing.
Yeah,
like crazy.
Like, no fucking way.
Definitely shooting an NBA game.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Man. Bro, please tell us about that.
So I was so it was like the first week in November. I just got back from I didn't. No, I wasn't even. Okay, so yeah. First week in November, I was in class actually, and while I was in class, RJ calls me. He was like, yo, you want to go to Miami? I was like, hell yeah, I want to go to Miami.
RJ?
Like, RJ Hampton. So he's also,
RJ casually. Oh yeah, RJ just called me.
I should have.
RJ freaking Hampton. Okay.
Oh, shout out RJ for real, bro. But so yeah, I was in class and he calls me and he's like, yo, you want to go to Miami? In my head, I'm like, hell yeah, I want to go to Miami, but like, I gotta play it cool. You know what I'm saying? I gotta. Yeah, I want to go.
That's
like, sure. Yeah, like her. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying. So like, cool. He was like, yeah, like I have like he had his son with him and he wanted to get some pictures. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, cool, I got you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't a problem. So I'm in class, you know what I'm saying? I'm over freaking out. Like, my head is like spinning. I'm like, bro, okay, so how am I gonna go to Miami? I have classes for the rest of the week. Like, I gotta like just like cancel all I have to just like not go to my classes. I had to shoot a UNT event on that weekend. I'm just like thinking like how I'm gonna get all this in order. So I'm thinking it's like 12 p.m. right? I'm thinking I'm like, okay, do I want to go to Miami tomorrow, land there, and then shoot? Like it was Tuesday that I was trying to plan this out. I was like, do I want to go to Miami tomorrow, shoot Thursday, then leave Friday or leave Saturday? I'm just like, okay, bruh. So I'm texting him. I'm telling him like, okay, I'm looking at flights right now. This is what I'm looking at. This is the price, whatever. And he's like, okay, just book it. I'll send you it. It's okay. And then I'm just like, okay, like what if I come out there tonight? He was like, yeah, that's cool. I was like, shit. Like, okay, all right, I'll do that. So I booked the flight. I literally right after class, I don't have luggage. What is it called? Luggage. Mm-hmm. I don't have luggage. I don't have like any like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have any bags or any like major camera bags. I just had like a little small bag that I would like bring whenever I brought my equipment or anything like that. So I went to Target right after class, bought me a travel bag. I called one of my closest friends in videography. I told him like, yo, like I'm about to shoot in Miami. I'm telling him about to shoot Miami. He was like, what's up, Miami? I was just like, So, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, I was like, bro, I'll call you when everything gets sorted. But like, he was like, yeah, if you need me to use my camera, I got you. And he was like, I was like, shit, I might need that. So yeah, so right after I'm done at Target getting like the bags and stuff, I speed the Grapevine because that's where he stays. Or no, not Grapevine. I'm tripping. I speed to Euless, and then I pick up his equipment. He lets me use his lens. He lets me use his camera.
That's a real one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out, bro. Shout out Kai Visuals, bro. Shout out Kai. It's my dog, bro. Yeah. Oh my god.
Shout out.
Yeah. But yeah, so I speed to Euless. I get his equipment. He lets me use it, and then like I get home. I'm just thinking, like I'm sitting in bed for probably like an hour, just thinking about what's gonna happen, what can happen, just everything. You know what I'm saying? So I start packing up my stuff. I start getting everything ready. I asked my roommate if he could take me to the airport, and then like I just told him like, yo, I'm going to Miami. Can you take me to the airport? He was like, bro, you're going to Miami? Like I didn't even have the time to explain. I was just like, yeah, like I'm going to Miami. I don't know what's gonna happen out there, but something's gonna happen out there. But we went there, went to the airport. I'm literally scared shitless. Like, bro, like I'm like this is my first time flying on a plane by myself ever in my life. So it's just like I was just like thinking about so many things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was anxious, nervous. This is a bunch of emotions going through my head. Now I finally land at like 12 a.m. and then he was at like some spot. It was like some local spot, you know what I'm saying? And then like I met him. I was with RJ and I was with Jalen Wilson. He's a basketball player from Kansas. He just got drafted this past year.
Okay.
So I met them at this spot, take pictures there, and then honestly, like everything just felt a blur from there. Like I went back to my hotel and just like I was just in like I was literally in class 12 hours ago. Now I'm in my I'm in a hotel in Miami. Like going from being in class to being in Miami in 12 hours is just insane. I'm not gonna lie. So like
That's like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like life comes at you fast. That's like the main point from that I got from that. So I was just like that whole experience, like I was just so nervous, so anxious, and so like excited. Like it was just like a adrenaline rush the whole time I was there. And like I think that was like my second NBA game. It was just a bunch of like first, seconds, and thirds everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I got like when I was shooting a bunch of stuff for RJ, you know, basically just hanging out with him the whole time, like capturing moments with his son and everything. And you know, like it was just a good time. You know what I'm saying? He went shopping, he did some other things, like, you know what I'm saying? It was just a cool time. And like he was very genuine to me. He was dope, man. Like it was like for him to like even like show love, like it was just crazy. I'm not gonna lie, like I really appreciated him, and I texted him the other day just telling him like how much I appreciated him, because it was just like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying, like you didn't even have to do that, you know what I'm saying, but he did. And like for that to be like one of my first experiences like that, it was just a blessing. But yeah, the NBA game that I shot, it was just like I wasn't even supposed to shoot that. Like I just asked them if I could bring my camera in, and they allowed me to bring my camera in. So like I obviously when I like that was like one of the things that like that would be like definitely a bucket list thing, like we were talking about earlier. Like, you know what I'm saying, like I would love to shoot an NBA game, but like I knew what I came out there for. You know what I'm saying? I came out for RJ. Like I wanted to like capture the moments of him, but like shooting an NBA game was kind of like a bonus on top of that.
Yeah,
and like that just kind of like doing that and like shooting the game over there, like it was crazy. Like I was kind of just frozen for like most of the time. I was just there like just shooting, and like I stayed in the same spot the whole entire game, like literally just locked the hell in. Like it felt like I couldn't hear anything, even though the crowd was probably, it was like loud as shit in there.
The Heat game, right?
Yeah.
No, they're loud over there.
And like everything there was just like I don't know, it just felt like a dream. I felt like a fever dream.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I whenever you were telling the story, I wanted to pull up. I think I was watching your videos last night. I think it was with Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
Dude, that video was I'm gonna hopefully, you know, with your permission, I would love to be able to show people like how smooth that video was. Dude, your style, I don't think, you know, growing up and being an AAU ball and everything, you see a lot of mixtapes, you see a lot of those fucking things on, especially like our generation's Instagram was huge once people started posting videos on there. I don't think I've ever seen someone with a style like yours. You know, the way that how crisp everything looks, you put this kind of like this emotion in your videos that like is infectious. You know, I was watching that video. It was a video of some team celebrating, and it was just like the way you slowed down on some parts, the way you brought like this one, it's like a recorder filter or something, like the edit, like, dude, like it was blowing my mind how I genuinely felt like I was in every moment with them. Like with the Jordan Poole, when you slowed it down just at precise moments where it was like oh my God, he's giving us time to breathe real quick and appreciate this shot.
Yeah.
And then it's back to and so I feel like you put a lot of yourself in your film, in your video, and I feel like based off of that video of Jordan Poole, I can almost imagine how you must have felt whenever you did have those few moments of clarity at these games and seeing it where it's like it's a blur, but like you said, you're dialed in. It's just like this shot. It's amazing, man.
I appreciate you for that, honestly. Like I've come a long way. I've just tried to like, just try to like just like work on my craft and just try to like, be better. Like just find ways to be better. But I really appreciate that. Like, and yeah, like I don't know. Like when I'm filming, it's kind of like I don't know what I'm filming until after I go back and look at it. Like it's like you enter. It's like you know what I'm saying. Like it's like okay, imagine. I mean, it's like you just it just takes over, and then you whenever you're done recording, it's like like I got this. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like I can't even think. Like you know how people in the NBA score like 30 points and don't know they scored 30 points. Yeah, it's kind of like you get in that zone and you're just like hot and you shoot like you'll say it's like Stephen Curry. He may like go like 10 for 14, but the rim looks like a freaking pool because he's just shooting. And like everything's going in, you know what I'm saying? It kind of just feels like that. Because like when you get that shot, obviously you have an initial reaction, and sometimes like I may have moments where like I click back, like I may get like a amazing shot, and like it clicks with me instantly, like oh my gosh, I just filmed that. You know what I'm saying? But like you just enter a zone where you're just like you need to get that shot, so you're focused on like getting that shot so much to the point where nothing else matters to you, like. Someone can literally be tapping on my shoulder, and I would not care because I'm locked in. You know what I'm saying?
Being in that zone, in that flow state is just like I forgot what I read that said it, but it's kind of like whenever you're in, it's like a perfect storm of being extremely prepared for the moment, but also being able to enjoy that moment at the same. Damn, I'm gonna have to get all of that. Dang, Johnny. Hold on, I'm gonna have to edit this out. I'm gonna go tell him I'm recording real quick.
Also,
where we at?
Shit, I have short-term memory loss, bro.
Dude, I do too. That's bad. I remember we were talking about being in the zone and flow, being able to.
And you mentioned like there was a certain place that you read something.
Yeah, like, it's like a crossroad. It's like having the skill and being extremely prepared for that moment, but also letting your emotions hit a height where it's like you're so just like I'm doing this, like I'm in this thing that you can't be taken out. And it's like thankfully being in sales has helped me gain that, being able to like, because I have ADHD, so it's like sales can be so fun, but it can also be so boring, bro, because you're just there doing the same thing, monotonous. So I had to go in there and just be like, okay, for an hour, focus, boom, flow state for an hour, just going. And thankfully I've been able to take that and apply it at other places, but there's nothing better like whenever you're in that moment. Yeah, you're just like I'm doing this, you know?
Yeah, like it's like you said, it's like a perfect storm. Like it's just like it's like you're in a it could be a blizzard, like it could be a hurricane outside, and you're just like in that moment, just still. Like everything else is moving around you, but you're just still, and it's just like I don't know. I don't. It's pretty hard. Like I don't know why, but it's hard for me to explain. Like, and like with sales, it's just like it's like you're in a groove. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you're saying you're on a hot streak. You're like Curry. Like I don't know why.
Boom. What? I close this guy.
Everything's just falling into place. You know what I'm saying? So like it's just like one of those things. Like you know what I'm saying? But like along with that, you definitely have those like those days where it's just like with me, like with in terms of like filming, like I have those days where it's just like my shots are ass, bro. I'll just look at it. I'm just like, bro, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like my confidence goes down a little bit. Like it takes a dip. I'm just like, fuck, bro. My shit's ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like specifically, like just like having like those shots where it's like, oh my, I didn't pull my focus in time, or just like like I'm not focused on like my autofocus wasn't working at the time. Like I might just switch to manual focus or some shit, or I didn't zoom in and get this person celebrating at this time, or like, and then like it's a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and those ups and downs are especially the mental ones where it's just like, this isn't work. Like you just gotta understand, life is gonna fucking throw you curveballs, and it comes in those hills and valleys where maybe things aren't being as good as they were. Like for me, my valley this month was that last month I pulled in almost 30K, and that was my like oh my god, like how the hell did I do that?
Yeah.
And this month was significantly lower, and it picked up towards the end a little bit, but I didn't even hit my goal for the month, and it was a lot of beating myself up for it, and where in my system am I messing this up, and how can I get better? Because that's the thing, when you always want to get better, whenever you aren't doing as good, you take it out on yourself, because you know that you need to learn something to make it better. It's like Kobe I'm reading this book, Winning, by Tim Grover, and he talks about how Kobe would, if he lost a game, even when he won games, he would just immediately go watch film. And now he's focused. If he lost the game, he's focused on why he lost the game. If he won the game, he's focused on the little battles, the turnaround fadeaway that he missed. Where did it go wrong? How did his footwork how was his footwork? How is he being guarded? Like, did I make the right pass? Like, should I have passed? Like, he analyzes to the point where he said that they would, two things stuck out to me. He said that they would have plans after games and watch the film in the car to the point of not even going to their plans. They would just stay in an SUV and watch film. And then there was also another one where you have to sit with your demons, your monsters. Everyone wants to get away with them, but you got to sit with them and really be able to communicate with them and understand why they do what they do. Why do they beat you up for it? Why is it that whenever I'm in this valley, you decide to come out? And then once you talk to them and you can understand them, that's when you can let them live freely without it affecting your work. Where it's like, okay, yeah, I might have that thought of I didn't, do my focus right. I might need to go manual. Like, how can I figure this out to where it's my perfect shot? But it's also like understanding that anxiety is only there because you want to be the best. Like, you want to be great, and you have to figure out how to do that and tweak it to where it works. But then it's also just understanding that, you're going to have a valley, like you said, it's going to be a low and everything. What was probably your favorite experience? Like, that was your mind-blowing one. Was that also your favorite one, or do you have one that's just hits a little bit harder for you as far as you just really having a great time?
That's a very good question. I'm not gonna lie, because like, although like shooting in the NBA was a dream and everything, what I'm saying, it was one of my main goals on my list and everything. I would say this month I got to film the Texas Bowl. It was Oklahoma State versus Texas A&M, and then before that I got to shoot the First Responders Bowl. It was Texas State versus Rice. Yeah, Rice. And like, something about this one was like, it just hit a little bit different, because like I tried to shoot the Cotton Bowl, which was yesterday, and I didn't get in. Like, I got denied. And I tried to shoot the college football playoff. I got denied for that. And with this one, like, so I know I mentioned Kai Visuals earlier, right? I'm not gonna lie, he's like one of my bestest friends. Like, he is like, he's been doing videography for a little bit longer than me, but he is someone that like has done a lot for me. He has helped me so much, because like he's helped me so much with like just like how to wiggle around in the industry, how to like have confidence in my work, and just how like I carry myself now. And like, he's helped me with just like with opportunities, with just being like that's my brother at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's somebody, like that's on my right hand, you feel? But like like he had got denied for the Big 12 championship, and I remember he was feeling a little bit down about that because, like, you know what I'm saying, we were just talking about, like, this whole month we've just been talking about, like, how 2024 has to be it will be our year, like, we're going to take this to another level. We just been seeing, like, a lot of people, like, getting opportunities left and right, and it's just like, okay, we need to be in this position next year. We need to be in this position we need it, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like these, like, shooting the TaxAct Bowl and shooting the First Responder Bowl, it kind of just felt different because he was right there next to me, you know what I'm saying? And like he told me earlier beforehand, like, when we got accepted, he told me, like, there's not a lot of people that get to do this with their brother. And I was just like, dang, like, you're right, you know what I'm saying? Like, so being able to do it with him, like, hit a little bit harder because, like, not only do we share the same passion, but, like, we're also, like, being there and, like we're in there in the moment and we're just doing our thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was shooting on one side of the end zone, he was shooting on the other side of the end zone, and I didn't care who got the shot, you know what I'm saying? If he got the shot, I'd be happy for him. If I got the shot, like, it would be vice versa, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like being able to do that with my brother is just like, it's like, it just hit a little bit harder. Like, obviously shooting the NBA, it looked like that was obviously, like, a great moment, but, like, I don't know, like, this, I enjoyed this a lot much more just because it was with someone that, you know, I call my brother. So
yeah,
sure.
you're able to have that memory with someone who you want to do this with.
Yeah,
like, you know, it's kind of like a confirming action where it's like, you know, this is where I'm meant to be. And I think that a lot of these kind of things we go through as we chase our passions and dream have to be God led, you know. And do you feel like you have those same decisions and same moments, like, so I can better like set it up for you? My God-led decision was back in 2019, I think 2020. I forget. It's around that ballpark where I gave my life back to God, where I went baptized and I gave him back to him. I remember feeling this enormous power just taking weight off of my shoulder when I decided to get rebaptized. And since then, I just whenever I go with my gut, it's right. And, you know, like, me coming to UNT was on a whim. I was an engineering major, computer science major, planning on attending Prairie View, and, you know, my best friend Brendan O'Donnell Bod, I don't know if you know him at all. He stopped being in the fraternity last semester, so not last semester, but last spring. So a little bit like,
I believe I met him. I'm not sure though.
Yeah.
I think
you'll meet him someday. He's a great guy, but he hit me up and was like, "Hey, do you want to come out in UNT? We have a great computer science program, and you could live with me and Chris." And I was like, "Sure." And I didn't even do a tour or anything. I just enrolled, you know, and that led me to SIG. That led me to meet all of you guys. That led me to my job that I have now, and really showed me my strengths and my passions and everything like that. And every time I go with my gut, it just feels like it's a God-led decision. Even whenever it's fear facing me or anxiety facing me, I just pray, and whatever my gut feels right with, that's what I do. And it's gotten me to the point where, you know, you have those confirming actions where it's just, I don't know, it's like your eyes opened up with clarity for that one moment. And you know, do you feel like that was that moment for you with your friend where you were like, you know, I'm doing this with this guy, and like we're doing this, it's gonna happen?
I feel like it will be,
yeah,
but I feel like right now, goodness, I'm hungry, my fault.
No, my stomach's been growling.
But like, I feel like that's gonna be definitely a moment where it's just like I can look back at it and be like, yo, like, remember when we did this together, you know what I'm saying? And that, like, that, I feel like it's gonna be a confining moment for sure. But I just feel like right now we have a lot more to accomplish. So that's like where my mind is right now. Like that's where my mind is right now. I feel like that's where his mind is too. Like we just have a lot more to do. Yeah. And I feel like once we achieve those and hit those marks and achieve those goals, it's like we can look at this moment and be like, yo, like we really like like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
we took off from there. Like, we did our thing. Like, yeah.
I feel like it definitely set up like where we will be around this time next year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can look at this moment and be like, yo, we were here a year ago. Look where we are now.
Man,
You know
and
what I'm
that's
saying?
like the best feeling when you're able to take a step back and look at where you were, and see the improvement. Because you walk through it beating yourself up and taking it out, and then time just flies now to where it's just like, 3 months feels like a snap of the fingers.
Yup.
But whenever you take a step, look back and look like, okay, where was I 3 months ago? Dang, like I was there 3 months ago and now I'm here. Like, like that's only 3 months. That's crazy how, like, just the perspective of it all.
Like, just like, that's why I really love like the concept of progress. Like, progress is not like, progress has no scale, it has no measurement. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things where like you look at progress like in any way that you can. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really have to like, it's something where like if you look back 5 years ago, you will look at 5 years of progress. If you look back, like you said, 3 months ago, you'll look at 3 months of progress. But a lot of people's lives can change in 3 months just as much as somebody's life can change in 5 years.
Yeah.
And that's what's really something that I really love about progress, because like you can make something happen that you didn't think that would happen in, like, I didn't think I'll be shooting an NBA game. Like, that's just an example. But like you can really make a lot happen in such a short amount of time to make progress look like so much in such a short amount of time. Or you can do so much you can do a lot more in a lot of time and just have it look like, whoa, like you really came from this. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, there's something about progress.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to put it. Like, I think that really hit. I've never heard anyone say it like that before, but you can make just as much progress in 3 months that you can in 5 years. Like, if you know, man, like, like I feel like if you were to say that to somebody who doesn't really think about it, you're like, well, no, you'd make 5 years of progress in 5 years. In 3 months is 3 months. But it's really like, no, people, like, life can come at you fast, and put you through experiences where, like I think about it all the time, how like people have gone through different experiences than me and have created their own selves from it. Like, like, yeah, that hit, man. Like that definitely hit. You can make as much progress as you can in 3 years and 3 months. I mean, not 3 months, 3 months and 5 years. Yeah. So I gotta ask you, man, I mean, throughout all of this and hearing how, you've got yourself in this mental, like, locked drive of breaking through every single wall, fighting those thoughts of, oh, the shot isn't good enough, oh, I gotta do this, and being able to come out on top every single time. Because I mean, dude, you're just, as an outsider looking in, like, this past year, watching, like, you're like, since meeting you, from seeing what you're doing now, it's like I feel like you hit the level, and then you hit a higher level, and then now you're about to push an even higher level. And I've got to ask, why are you doing all of this? Like, what is the reason why you're waking up and putting yourself through this? I mean, yeah.
Like, when I first started doing videography, I didn't really think that, like, I just wanted to be like, I feel like one of the things that I wanted to be was accepted. Like, I wanted to be accepted as a good videographer. I wanted to be accepted as, someone that, like, if they looked at my work, they'll be like, oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. But now it's kind of like I'm at a point where, like, I want to continue to push boundaries, and, like, now I want to, like, really establish myself as a staple, not just in Texas, but like nationally, globally. Like, I want people to be able to see my work and be like, that's him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want people to be able to like I just want to be able to put my best foot forward, but I want to continue to like elevate. Like, I don't want to just stay complacent. I don't want to stay complacent with my work and just, like, you know what I'm saying, not be able to reach new heights. Like, I just want to be, I feel like what drives me to like try and get to another level is just me, like, wanting to be better. Like, I don't know why, but like not like better than anybody else, but like better for myself. Like, I feel like obviously there's a lot of work that I see a lot of time. Like, there's a lot of work that I see like every day that's like, you know, that's dope. Like, it's super dope, and like I don't take anything away from them, but like I feel like I'm my only competition. I'm only competing with myself, and I don't really see like other videographers as competition. I see it as like we're all just like, I feel like it's just like one line of like just a line of people who are videographers just running their own race. That's how I see it. Cause like everybody has their own style. Everybody has their own like adaptation, their own like rhythm, their own flow. Like, I just feel like me finding my flow, I just want to make dope content at that point. I just want to make dope content and just be able to do it at a high ability. Like, I feel like that's what drives me, just wanting to be better, just trying to find new ways, new little creases in the cracks, like just to, you know, just be able to add that little flavor to videos, add a little more than what just a regular video, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to be better. Like, I just want to like learn a lot. I just want to like perfect my craft. Like, I don't want it to just stay in one position and just like use the same like edits like day in and day out, or just use like just do the same things over and over and over and over again, because I just don't feel like I feel like if like I said, I feel like if you're searching something that's bigger than yourself, I feel like it will just keep you level. Like, it will keep you level minded. It will just keep you like if you can always believe that you can be better, I feel like it will just give you drive day in and day out. So yeah, I just want to be like, I just want to be better. I just want to perfect my craft. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Dude, yeah, that's beautiful, man. Just seeing and knowing and hearing how this all like it works in your life. I mean, and then seeing, of course, your action. Like, you know, you're producing the content. You're out here making the time, doing the work, putting in everything. And it's very like, whenever you just said that, what it reminded me of was Jordan getting beaten by the Pistons at every point and deciding to push himself and go that extra level. And then it's history after that.
yeah.
And so I definitely see that in you, man. Again, I appreciate you spending time with me today and being on this first episode. I picked you because from whenever we did our interviews and our first one, and you know, and I felt like that was a really good one, a really powerful one, and I think a lot of people are going to be able to hear this first episode and, you know, understand what I'm trying to really do here. And so I really appreciate your time today. I know you're hungry. I just got a couple more questions.
Yes, sir,
first
yes, sir.
one, Rashid Wasai, what is your passion?
Man, my passion is filmmaking, man. Like, to put it simply, like, I just want to be like, if you say the name Rashid Wasai, I want to be known as like a great filmmaker. I want to be up there with one of the greats, like kind of like just chasing the goats, chasing the people who are staples. Like, you think of like, you know, like, I mean, well, I guess from my perspective, I think of people like Nick in the Cut, like people like, that's like social media. Like, I know it's like social media, but like, I think of like his work. I think of like, you know, like there's a guy named Max Gilbert. He's from Cali, or I think he lives in Cali now, but I think of him. I think of like Jake Fisher. I think of like Cam Beverly. Just these guys who just like, who have done sports content for a while. Like, even OA. Like, OA doesn't even get up. Man, shout out OA for real. But there's a lot of people that like have been doing like sports videography for a long time and been able to tell their story in such a compelling way. And I want to be in that conversation. Like, I want to be like, I don't know, I just want to establish myself as a filmmaker that can be able to work from sports to a documentary to a movie. Like, I feel like anything involved with filmmaking is my passion.
Yeah.
Anything that, like, it could be sports, but if I genuinely see a vision for it, I feel like I want to be involved in it. And I feel like anything filmmaking, anything like anything that's storytelling. That's my passion.
Yeah, you want to be able to put your mark on the world, man.
Yep.
I think that's great. Last question. So what I want to do on this show is be able to ask a really like not controversial in a political like, oh my god, I can't believe you said that kind of way, but like, you know, those questions on like, oh, what's your favorite ice cream flavor, like what's your favorite movie, like things like that. I think it'd be cool to just get at that extra layer. So man, what's your favorite pizza toppings?
Pizza toppings.
Yeah.
This might sound sus, but I like meat. Pause. Yeah, that sounds sus, bro.
I needed that. I needed real content. That's awesome. So meat lovers is your deal.
I don't. Man, I can't say that, bro. Yeah. I'm a bro. All right, bro. I'm a meat lover,
all right,
bro.
all right. No, it's okay. It's a no judgment zone. He's a meat lover guy. I love meat lovers too. I mean, that was my pizzas since day one.
Exactly.
You know,
like, that's the go-to. You feel me? Like cheese is too bland. Pepperoni is solid, but like you need some more on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Need some more meat on there. So.
Yeah. Do you believe pineapple can go on pizza?
Thing about pineapple on pizza, I feel like it's solid, but only when it's hot. Like when it is cold, like it's like ugh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it has to be fresh and ready, and you can't reheat pineapple on pizza.
Nah,
like it has something like
it already comes a little warm on there, and it throws me off a bit. But
yeah, but like I feel like once it's like if you get like hot and ready, you know what I'm saying? Like you know, like Little Caesar style, like you know everything's hot. I feel like it's solid. It's just like it's not my go-to though. Like it's not something I'll be like, oh my gosh, I need it. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta be feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So
all right, well. Guys, y'all heard it first. You know, meat lovers guy. Pineapples are all right. I agree with him 100% of the way. That's the route I'd go to. So, thank y'all for watching the first episode of the Push the Needle podcast. Thank you, Rashid, for being my first guest, and I cannot wait to keep pushing out content like this for you guys. I'm gonna have to say it, like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and peace out.
yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. Yes, sir.